Have you ever seen a grandfather clock like this before? Do you know that this grandfather clock uses the concept of simple pendulum? To understand further about this concept, me and my friends conducted an experiment about simple pendulum.
Good morning, sir. Today we are going to carry out experiment for simple pendulum. My name is Ivan.
My name is Mama Akini.
My name is Maria Zahida.
Okay, so the objective of this experiment is to determine the relationship between the period and the length of the simple pendulum.
Alright, let's move to the material. Alright, so for this experiment, the materials we are going to use is the string, have ruler, protector, we have the tape, and we have the plasticine for slotted weight. Okay, so first, what are we going to do for the experiment is to measure the thread for 60 cm and leave a few cm so that we can tie the plasticine.
Now we are going to start the experiment with 60 cm of length, and we are going to measure the time taken for 10 oscillation when timer is started and string is released. Okay, 1, 2, 3, start. Now we are going to repeat the experiment 3 times. Now we are going to repeat the experiment with 50 cm length of thread. 1, 2, 3, start. Now we are going to repeat the experiment with 40 cm of string. Repeat the experiment 3 times. Now we are going to repeat the experiment with 30 cm length of string. 1, 2, 3. We are going to repeat the experiment 3 times. Now we are going to repeat the experiment with 20 cm length of string. 1.
Now repeat the experiment 3 times.
Now we are going to repeat the experiment with 10 cm length of string. Now repeat the experiment 3 times. Now we are going to repeat the experiment with length of string 5 cm.
1, 2, 3.
Repeat the experiment 3 times. Now we are going to repeat the experiment with 60 cm length and 100 grams of mass.
1, 2, 3.
Now repeat the experiment 3 times. This is the results of our experiment. As length increases, the time taken for one oscillation also increases, and mass does not affect the period of oscillation.
In this experiment,
The period of oscillations increase as the length of the pendulum increase. The graph plotted supposed should be a straight line, which should match that t is directly proportional to square root of L. However, some error happen between experimental and theoretical values. The error occur may due to human reaction time like operating stopwatch, small errors in measuring length of pendulum, and the angle released the pendulum. As simple pendulum was released from larger angle, it would affect the accuracy. Thus, the experiment should be repeated many times and use more precise timing devices so that the result can be more accurate.
So, based on our experiment, the period of oscillation of simple pendulum depends on the length of the string of simple pendulum and not the mass of the plasticine. Our hypothesis, which is the period of oscillation of simple pendulum is directly proportional to the length of the string, is true. The value obtained was in acceptable value despite the minor error that occurred during the experiment.